Gentlemen, ikhensa Xikwembu nkarhi lowa eka siku ra namuntlha. It has been a long-waited day to which we are supposed to have this seminar. So we just want to thank God that we have this opportunity. I want to welcome all our churches in Akonhoek, our churches in Bushbuck, Richard Lodge, and also our churches in Springs, and also our churches that are also going to join us from Pinar, and as well as in Swaziland. We just want to appreciate this moment. We thank you that you've been there, and even under these circumstances, the times are very pressing, but you've been there, you are keeping it there, and you are holding on and believing the Lord. Though the situation now it dictates that the church must move from a public place and it must now come into a private space. So that's how actually that is the core, that's the building block of the church. Before we can necessarily say we have the church as a building, the church as a building cannot be called a church until people, a human being, a person is the church. That's how it should be. So the priesthood has been taken away from the public environment, from the church setup, and the priesthood has been taken now into the home setup, where you as a believer, you become a priest in your house. You are in charge of you are the one who has to be the one praying for your people. You have to be the one who lay hands on your charge of you are the one who has to be the one praying for your people. You have to be the one who lay hands. It's very important for me to highlight before we can even move on is the fact that I understand that God is not on a lockdown. Heaven is not on a lockdown. There are things that are happening, and God is accessible, and God can also be able to come into our environment and also into our space. So it is always important that we must understand those things, that God is also speaking. He's speaking now, and he will continue to speak. He has always been speaking. We may not be hearing that he's speaking, but God is speaking. We may not be aware that he's speaking, but God is speaking. So God, he has never stopped speaking. Even if we think we cannot access him, even if we think God may have stopped speaking, but God has never stopped speaking. It's always important that we understand these things, that God has never stopped speaking, and God is not on a lockdown. We are on a lockdown. God is not even afraid. We are the ones who are afraid. I think I should highlight this. I just should say a few things and emphasize these things. God is not afraid. We are the one who may be afraid. But let me rather say these things. Every time fear comes, every time you feel afraid, every time you begin to feel that there's something around you, that is an indication that you are under attack. The moment fear comes, you must know that you are under attack. The moment fear comes around you, you must know that there's a strange spirit that had come to your space. Even if you may not understand why this fear, where is this fear coming from, but you must immediately know that you are under attack. Now, fear is one of the most dangerous spirits that the enemy uses. This is the spirit, is one of the envoys that the devil would use before any other spirit that can be sent to come into your life. But this is the first spirit that is used to break into your fence, to break into your defense, and try to make sure that it leaves you without defense. So every time that happens, you must know that no, you are under attack. But one thing that you must always be aware, God is not afraid. You are the one who is afraid. God is not under attack. You are the one who's under attack. God is not affected by what is affecting you. You are the one who's being affected by the environment and by the circumstances and by the situation. So it's always important that we know that our God, our Lord, our King is been raised up. He has been elevated. He sits in a higher position whereby all these things that we are facing, these things are nothing to him. So it's very important to know who you believe, to know how to trust him, to know how to come into these limitless positions, to come into this area of possibilities which God is giving to us. So every time fear comes, you must know that the moment the spirit of fear comes, it will take three spirits to conquer the spirit of fear. The spirit of fear, once it comes, to take it out, it will take three spirits. It will take the spirit of love, and it will take the spirit of sound mind, the spirit of power. It will take the spirit of love, and it will take the spirit of sound mind. So you can see that it takes appetite, take the spirit of love, and it will take the spirit of sound mind. So you can see that it takes appetite spirits, but this is very, very, very dangerous spirit. And the moment they receive the spirit of fear, it undermines purpose. The spirit of fear undermines purpose. Spirit of fear, it does not care that your anointed you come from. The moment fear comes, it undermines all that. It's a very dangerous spirit which has no respect. It does not care where God took you. It does not care. It does not care where God took you. It does not care where God is taking you. It does not care what you faced before. It does not care what has happened in your life. It's a very, very dangerous spirit, and that spirit has no respect. It does not respect people. It does not respect people. But listen to this. It will take the spirit of power. It will take the spirit of love. It will take the spirit of sound mind. It will take you to know, to knowing that you are not here by mistake. Knowing that no, there's nobody who can kill God. Knowing that seated him in the right hand of the Father, it will take somebody to kill God for your life to die. You are an immortal being and you need to feed God. It will take somebody to kill God for your life to die. You are an immortal being and you need to feed yourself with ingredients that will make you immortal. Time you come to God, that becomes a meeting of gods. So it's always important. And the situation also happened that was never done to human